In today's news, ARRINGTON charged in Fish Bay police operation. 35 illegal immigrants detained off Cooper Island. A legal expert weighing on FAHIE'S trial. Ministry to host a workshop on medication. JIMON secures consecutive SLC awards. And BVI under-20 team ready for CONCACAF tournament. Viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Across the BVI, the fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually...
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy. Welcome viewers to the Friday, February 16th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Leading today's news, one man is charged with 2 drug-related offences following a police operation on Wednesday, February 14th in Fish Bay. He is 32-year-old Purcell Estate resident Royanson Arrington. Arrington is charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of controlled drugs after members of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force intercepted a vehicle in Fish Bay and found illegal drugs. While not confirming the exact type of drug seized, the police in a subsequent statement noted that marijuana was among the category of drugs discovered. The police attributed the success of the operation to viable information that was provided, which led to the apprehension of several individuals and Arrington being charged. Police said he remains in custody pending his first appearance at the magistrate's court. Well, in more news, in a joint operation late Wednesday night, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force and U.S. Customs and Border Protection intercepted a vessel transporting undocumented immigrants near Cooper Island. Just before midnight, law enforcement spotted and approached the vessel that had unlawfully entered BVI waters. Upon being intercepted, the boat ran aground on Cooper Island. Officers discovered 25 adults and children who had been on board. Additionally, daylight searches around the island led to the discovery of 10 more individuals being found. It's also believed that they were traveling on the migrant vessel. All 35 legal immigrants have been handed over to the BVI Immigration Department for processing. The whereabouts of the vessel's captain remain unknown as of now. According to police, investigations are actively ongoing into suspected human smuggling operation. Authorities have not shared any details as yet on the migrants' believed origin and intended destination. Viewers, in the latest twist in the legal saga surrounding Andrew Foy, a local attorney experienced in the U.S. legal system, expressed skepticism about the likelihood of granting the recent request by Foy's legal team to repoll 2 jurors who recanted their guilty verdicts. The attorney, preferring anonymity, highlighted 2 crucial points from the courtroom proceedings on February 8th that, in their opinion, make repolling unlikely. The juries Individual confirmation of verdicts and the court's discharge of the jury after closing remarks were cited as key developments that limit legal options for repolling after dismissal. Regarding potential avenues for FAHIE'S legal team, the attorney discussed the possibility of requesting a mistrial. Proving trial errors would be challenging, requiring the judge to admit a mistake on the court's part. But the absence of errors confirmed before jury discharge narrows the grounds for a mistrial. The attorney clarified that a mistrial declaration would empower the government to retry the case or choose to abandon it. However, a mistrial differs from an innocent verdict where a retrial isn't an option. Responding to whether the juror dilemma benefits FAHIE, the attorney expressed doubt unless a mistrial is declared. Legal grounds for appeal were considered unlikely, and repolling the jury was not predicted, suggesting the conviction may stand. A mistrial, however, could prompt the government to reassess the case's pursuit, according to the attorney. Addressing frustration among jurors during the trial, the attorney acknowledged such challenges as common in high-stakes cases, citing disruptions to jurors' lives despite city duty. On the brevity of jury deliberations, the attorney wasn't surprised given the case's reported simplicity. Limited contestation of facts by the defense suggested little room for extended debate. While critiquing FAHIE'S defense strategy centered on the UK's setup, the attorney found it lacking coherence. Even if the UK orchestrated a sting operation, the defense failed to explain FAHIE'S motives and endgame, said the attorney. As both the prosecution and defense submit motions by February 15th, the legal saga surrounding FAHIE continues with an initial sentencing date of April 29, 2024. Well, up next, viewers, more local news from across the territory.
One Stop Auto, located in the R&R Malone Complex, Parkwood Pond, is having a huge liquidation sale on all inventory, excluding vehicles and genuine Toyota and Lexus parts. Get no less than 50% off all items on shelves and inventory room. Items such as car covers, steering wheel covers, wipers, sealants, chemicals, emergency cones, adhesives, license plates, frames, air filters, oil filters, front brakes, front rotors, rear rotors, radiators, shocks, and much more. A specific listing of all makes and models for which parts are available at liquidation prices will be posted on our Facebook page.
Start the year off with more speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, viewers. In an effort to enhance the prescription of medication for the elderly, the Ministry of Health and Social Development is organizing a virtual workshop titled Safe Prescribing for the Elderly, which is scheduled for Thursday, February 29th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The ministry, in a media release on Wednesday, said the workshop will be led by Mr. Francis Burnett, a consultant and former head of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Pharmaceutical Procurement Service. The workshop is said to be designed for healthcare professionals, including doctors, nurses, pharmacists, pharmacy technicians, and caregivers seeking to equip themselves with vital information to enhance the well-being of the elderly population. Mrs. Gracia Wheatley-Smith, Chief of Drugs and Pharmaceutical Services, emphasized the challenges faced by the elderly, who often contend with multiple chronic conditions, leading to decreased organ functionality and an increased susceptibility to side effects and adverse drug effects. Prescribing for the elderly involves considerations such as side effects, adverse events, drug interactions, drug disease interactions, and medications inappropriate for specific conditions, as explained by Mrs. Wheatley Smith. The primary goal of the workshop is to enhance physicians' prescribing techniques for the elderly and to empower pharmacists to identify prescriptions and dosing information that may negatively impact the elderly. The ministry also confirmed that the workshop will cover the Bureau's criteria, which categorize potentially inappropriate medicines for individuals aged 65 and older. This includes medications to avoid based on specific health conditions, those causing potential drug interactions, medications with the risk outweighing benefits, and drugs affecting kidney function. A registration fee of $10 is applicable, and participants will earn continuing education credits upon completion. For those interested in participating can register for the workshop by contacting Mrs. Gracia Wheatley Smith via email at grwheatley-smith@gov.vg or by telephone at 468-9850. The national record holder JIMON Gums continues to dominate the Southland Conference, earning back-to-back weekly awards for the outstanding performances at Northwestern State University. Gums was named the SLC's Men Field Athlete of the Week after an impressive second-place finish at the Jarvis Scott Open on the Texas Tech campus. The star athlete achieved a conference best throw of 18.48 meters in the shot put, marking the season's best for the senior. This exceptional performance surpassed his earlier triumph at the Bruce Lehane Scarlet and White Invitational in Boston, where he recorded a winning throw of 17.89 meters this year. But this earlier achievement earned him the Men's Field Athlete of the Week award for the week of February 12th. Gums Northwestern State University dominated the SLC Awards this week, with colleague Sanaria Butler claiming the Women's Track Athlete of the Week, Anne-Marie Bassard seeking the Women's Field Athlete of the Week, and Keontae Gaines being recognized as the Men's Track Athlete of the Week. Speaking to 284 Media about his recent success, JIMON shared his heightened confidence as he regains full strength after a recent illness.
Being at Field Athlete of the Week again for the conference, of course, just like last time, you always appreciate these accomplishments, and we don't take it for granted, we don't take it lightly, and it just shows that, you know, our hard work is paying off. And my confidence right now is on a whole other level. I often tell people since this weekend that I needed this meet. It was a very stacked meet, throwing with the guys from Arizona, who has the top shot put group in the nation. It was really good throwing against those guys. It made me realize that I had to lock in differently, stay on my toes, be on my A game, and I broke up the group.
With no scheduled events for the upcoming weekend, Gums outlined his plans to ensure everything is in top form ahead of the conference next weekend.
And as for this weekend, we have off, so I'll just be focusing on training, rehab, getting everything right and ready for conference next week. But yeah, I'm definitely on a high, and I'm looking forward to conference, definitely.
Well, viewers, up next we bring you further updates on sports as well as local football news.
Orange alert! Orange alert! Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Steakhouse Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at 284 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. 284 Media proudly presents The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman with yours truly, Ron Grant, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Don't worry, it's not all about suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 5, a 284 Media production.
Welcome back, viewers. The BVI Under-20 national football team is gearing up for the upcoming 2024 CONCACAF Under-20 Championship qualifying in Nicaragua next week. The team is set to depart the BVI on Saturday ahead of their first game of the tournament against the host team on Friday, February 23rd. Prior to their departure, 284 Media caught up with the team and spoke to head coach Clinton Tiny Percival, team manager Nigel Williams, and captain Jaden Abrams. Well, the BVI national team has been putting in the work ahead of the Under-20 CONCACAF qualifying championship in Nicaragua. Well, I had the opportunity to speak to the national head coach as well as the captain and the team manager. Well, here's what they had to say.
Well, in terms of the preparation, we have been doing this here for a very long time. When I say a long time, in terms of like since last year, we have been having practice like every Tuesday and every Thursday. So yeah, the practice has been going well. Sometimes we have a big number, next time we don't have I have a smaller number because of sometimes different activities that is happening. But overall, the team has been coming out to train and we have been putting in some good work. And I'm just looking forward to what we're going to be doing when we're ready for the tournament. BVA was in a position, or they're in a position where we have basically, when you look at the last 5 teams of the FIFA ranking, we are within that bracket. So one of the objectives is to just play as much as we can play, and at the end of the day, to climb out of that ladder, to get a little higher as we go on. We're trying to just climb the ladder as we go. So you find we have started that since about 2021, where we went into a tournament in Dominican Republic. We played 4 games, we won 2. From what I was told, and so these were the first 2 games that the U20 have ever won. So for me, that is a stepping stone, and just trying to build on that as we go along. So the objective in this tournament here again is to just go out there, play really good football, and compete with the bigger guys, because at the end of the day, it's about a learning process for us.
And we would have seen in terms of BVI football over the last few years, kind of propelling and continuously elevating on another level. Speak about that, and in terms of even with the national team, the senior national team setting a benchmark as it relates to the momentum to follow for these juniors.
To coach a national team, when I look at what's happening with the U20 team, most of the national senior players, they were people who live in overseas, and for me, that is not a good thing, especially for the youngsters who are watching football in the BVI. So for me, one of the objectives when I came here is to say, look here, out of this U20 team that we have, we need to make sure that we could have 90% of these players here moving into the senior team. So I think we try to achieve a lot of that, because right now you reckon we have about 12 to 15 U20 players in the senior national squad. So for me, that is a big achievement, and we are trying to make sure that that can continue, because we now have U17 players. I mean, when you look at this team that we have now, the average age of this team, even though it's a U20 team, the average age of this team is 16. Okay, because most of the players are 17, 1 or 2 of them is 18. So you find we are trying to keep the football moving in a kind of direction that by the time 2, 3, 4 years from now, the BVA will be in a much stronger position, because we have more ballers and more people who can be able to represent at the higher level.
And speak on how it feels first and foremost to be skipper of this team.
I feel it's a great experience, just to honor my country and just have the leadership.
And in terms of, and this is our second time, in terms of me interviewing you, the other time would have been representing the BVI as well as one of the youngest players for the national team. What does that experience bring to this youth team, obviously with you playing with the older guys?
I feel playing with the men's national team helped me gain more experience, so passing it on to my teammates would be a good help.
And what are some of your goals overall in terms of this upcoming competition?
The goal is to win, do as best as we can.
Speak to you as manager to get some information regarding the tournament. We do know is the Under-20 CONCACAF qualifiers.
Correct.
So give us some details on that tournament.
Okay, so the tournament actually starts February 23rd. It goes down to March 2nd. We have 4 games in between that time period. The games then will be played every other day. So on the 23rd, then we have another game on the 25th. Our last game is on the 29th. Our groups is basically Group A. We'll be playing against Cuba, Nicaragua, Belize, and Anguilla.
And in terms of from your role as manager, speak about some of the stuff that you will obviously have to do between now and then to ensure that the team is ready and fully prepared ahead of their first game.
Well, it's pretty much all the logistics with traveling, accommodations, hydration, basically making sure that the team have everything that they need, pulling everything together when it comes to the kits, basically everything you can basically ask about, travel information and so forth, liaising with CONCACAF to make sure that they have what we will actually need when we reach there, rooms, because we will need a medical room also for like recovery and so forth. So pretty much my job is to make sure all the logistics are pretty much covered for the team. Follow us as much as you possibly can. The BVI Football Association will have information out there during the games. I'll be trying to get live scores over here. I'm not sure if there are going to be any kind of live links. However, if there's any, I'll be providing that so the BVI supporters can see what we're doing over there. And we're trying to get some good wins under our belt. We're not going to lay down for sure. So don't think that we're going to go over there and just be an easy walkover. No, these guys are pretty much prepared. So support us all the way.
Viewers, and more football news. In a resounding display of dominance, VG United secured their 6th consecutive win with a commanding 4-1 victory over island rivals Sugar Boys FC in the National Football League. Playing on neutral turf, I should say, at the Greenland football field on Sunday, February 11th, the match saw stellar performances, including a brace from Joel Mars and goals from Adrian Padilla and Jadon Abrams. By halftime, VG United had already established a 3-goal lead, further extending it to 4 midway through the second half. The victory not only secured bragging rights, but it also propelled VG United in a position in the National League standings. With this triumph, VG United now enjoys a 7-point lead at the top of the points tables, with Wolves FC trailing behind but holding 2 games in hand. Islanders FC sits in 3rd place with 17 points, while Sugar Boys FC occupies the 4th spot with 16 points. In the other thrilling encounters on Saturday, Marcus Butler's impressive double ensured that Panthers FC salvaged a 2-2 draw against One Love FC. Butler netted an equalizer in the 30th minute after Latrell Williams had given One Love FC the lead in the 25th minute. He struck again in the 78th minute to level the score after Jahari Lacey had put One Love FC ahead in the 34th minute. But the National League continues this weekend with 4 games set to take place. On Saturday, February 17th, Old Madrid FC will face Positive FC at 7 p.m, while on Sunday in the doubleheader, Rebels FC will play Panthers FC at 6 p.m, followed by Wolves FC versus Lionheart FC at 8:30 p.m. All the aforementioned games will be played at the Greenland football field, with the latter 2 games to be televised on CCT Live Channel 284. But over on the Virgin Gorda Recreation Ground on Sunday, Sugar Boys FC will face Islanders FC at 8 p.m. And there's also a game on Wednesday involving Rebels FC and Old Madrid at the Greenland playing field at 7 p.m. But viewers, before we go, I want to remind you all of the BVI Tourist Board's JOST Lime and Dine event on the beautiful island of Jost Van Dyke. The next lime will be tomorrow, Saturday, February 17th, and the New Horizon Ferry will be departing the West End Ferry Terminal at 6 p.m. and returning at 10:45 p.m. Our patrons will have a total of 15 locations to choose from, all of which are evenly spread across the island. Persons who make reservations to access any of the participating restaurants or bars will be charged $20 for the ferry service, while those without reservations will be charged $30. Today we feature Ivan's Stress-Free Bar with Chef Neil Klein, so let's take a look.
sure that it's fun coming from basically your heart, you know. It's all about whatever you transcend in your heart, to me, transcends into your hands, transcends to a plate, and that causes flavors. It's kind of like, for me, it's kind of what we are about in the Virgin Islands, you know. We basically have big hearts, so when we push a lot of, you know, intimacy into whatever we do, and we're out there. So that's what I transcend to my food, and that's how I make it happen. This restaurant here is actually kind of legendary. So originally, 31 years ago, Mr. Ivan Chinnery started this restaurant. And what makes his signature is the name that he put to it, hence the reason we didn't change anything, the stress-free bar. You know, it's about being laid back, being relaxed, you know, family, fun, friends. That's what it's about. That's what makes it different. There's not the stuffiness that you would have to find. You could come to the bar without your shirt. It's what I remember as a child being the real tourist product and tourists enjoying about the BVI.
For more information, interested parties can call 442-1700 or send an email at jostlimeanddine@bvitourism.com. Well, that's all we have for today's News Roundup, viewers. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at twit4media.com and like us on Facebook at Twit4Media and Twit4BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Just over the seas, there's a very authentic and natural dining experience that you can't afford to miss.
Jost Lime and Dine is for the linemen and dining enthusiasts, as the island of Jost Van Dyke opens its shores for extra hours of fun for 4 nights in January and 8 nights in February. Ferries leave West End at 6 p.m. on selected days and return at 10:45 p.m., giving you ample time to bar hop or drop by your favorite restaurants to enjoy the catch of the day or whatever your heart desires from the bounty of menus presented.
You pay $20 to go,
and we cover the cost of your return. Come knowing that an unmatched experience awaits you every Saturday in January and every Wednesday and Saturday in February. And Valentine's Day falls on a Wednesday. So make plans now to join us for Valentine's night on Jost Van Dyke.
Come for the lime or come for the dine, because we lime it.
And we dine in
on Jost Van Dyke. All January and February 2024. Check the BVI Food Fed page on Facebook for more details.
To make a reservation, call 442-1700 Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. or email jostlimeanddine@bvitourism.com anytime.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from Twit4 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually...
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Across the BVI, the fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for Fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected.
Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second.
Super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI, CCT Fire, and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.